Hi guys, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Bargains, and I have had a lot of requests asking if I would do a tour of my home. Well, I have a 3-level home. It's way too big, but let's start out today with the first level, and I'll show you some of the antiques we got in our living overseas, and also when we were in our antique business. I really hope you enjoy this. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, so we're going through the front door, and this is what you see. We have a little walkway upstairs, but when you turn to the right, this is just really wasted space. But this is really our dogs area. They love sitting on this big chair and looking out the window. But this is where Ed loves his plants. And we have a huge window looking outside. And then, just to give you an idea, we have an antique, and this is called where you used to shave. And so you would put your shaving cup and stand in front of it and do your shaving. It's an antique. This is also an antique. This we actually came from Russia before it closed down. I love these things. I can't think of the name right now, but yeah. And the piece of furniture, I can't remember where we got it. Ed is actually going to do one of these videos with me, so he can tell you the history. Now this right here, this is an antique, and you'd never guess what this was. I didn't even know what it was. And what happens is you take this top off, and these sections come out, and it's separated for wine. And so back in the day, many years ago, years and years ago, when the ladies would have a wine party and they would play cards and all that, they would take this and use all different kind of wines, and then they would drink wine with their at their parties. Now this is also an antique, sort of like a swinger kind of thing, ashtray, but I don't know, we like the little knick-knacky things, and it's old. And then our friend gave us this. He was into Asian things, and this is an antique. I can't give you the history on it, but again, as you can see, these are paper mache, and they swivel their heads, and they're really, really old. So, you know, I guess you like old things when you get old, and that's me, because I doubt my children or Ed's children are going to be into this at all. But this one is a little lady. And then not too long ago, I picked these up, and there's a pair of them, and it's old antique candlesticks, and I love this. So, and then, oh, let me show you. Here's the dog's, the dog's toys. So yeah, I didn't clean up today, guys. It's like I just haven't had time. But I do have a story on this. We had a dog named Max, and we loved that little thing, and he passed away. And when we bought, and I'll show you the other lamp, when it burns at night, it's orange. And so we burned this light for Max so he never loses his way home. So every night we turn these lights on, and they're bright orange, and then we cut them off when we go to bed. But then we now have a ritual where if we're out at night or I'm out at night, we always turn the light on so you never get lost. The wayward light home. Now this is one of Ed's antique clocks, and all of his clocks work, by the way. And so I think this is called a Westminster, maybe. And he did have them dinging and donging all at one time. And I'm like, So he cut down on some of them. This is a tea cart we got in Germany. And then you can see Ed's big old plants. He's good with plants. I'm just saying, look at that. And then this, you're like, boy, he's not doing good with this one. But there's a story behind that. And it is, this was in his mother's room when she passed. And it was in the shape of a heart. And it's sort of fallen over, but we just can't bring ourselves to get rid of it yet. So she's always with us. And then we bought this. A business was going out of sale. And this is a very well-known artist in Utah, T. Reynolds. And so we got that. We just loved it. And then there's the other Wayward Light home. We burn it at night. And there's Ed's big old plant. And here's the dogs. One's usually up on top of the chair, and the other one sits by the pillows. So, and then our friend, no, this isn't the one, I don't think. We love our fur babies. And so this is an antique. It's really, really old. And we just had to have it. Yep, had to have it, our fur babies. And then this clock, it works. It's so tall, it goes all the way to the ceiling, and I can't back far enough, but it works, and it's a grandfather clock. So Ed and his clocks, he is so into his clocks. Now this, when I lived overseas, and I'm sure you know, I have a lot of Asian Buddhas and all these other things. I just was drawn to the people, drawn to the culture. I studied Buddhism because I wanted to know about their culture, about their religion, and it was very interesting to me. But she's real old, and it was in our best friend's Al, Big Al we called him, in his antique booth. And he passed away not too long ago. And Ed purchased this from his booth. And so we keep that in memory of Big Al. So that is really the sitting room. And of course, again, the dog's room. Now, I'm also into African art, and I love this. And Ed just added a plant, but we picked this up, and I just think she's beautiful. She's so beautiful. Her earrings, her necklace. Now, this isn't old, but when we went on an antique pick from a Japanese lady, I got this from her. It's a good luck frog, and this one has jade. And so this is supposed to bring you good luck, and then also it represents taking the bad spirits out of your house, from what I understand. I don't know, but it has a marking, and I don't know what it says, but I love, like I said, I'm just really drawn to that. I don't know, I love it. And then, of course, I got antique pictures. I love the flappers back in the day when they would dance. And so, yeah. So a lot of people come in and they're like, you're into old stuff. Yeah. There's another one of Ed's plants. Oh, here's another one of Ed's plants. I don't know how. Oh, here's another one of Ed's plants. So as you can see, and then you have our upstairs. That's where our guest bedrooms are, and I'm sure you have seen my videos with the large Buddha. He's up there, and I just call it my reading room. I love to go up there and read. These are one of Ed's clocks, works, and I love the top of it. Let me show you. Yeah. like I say, we can be ding and donging some days. So then, okay, so when you walk out of the sitting room and you take a left, there is our antique hall tree, our antique mirror, and of course I love this. We got this overseas and it has a rosary on it. I'm not Catholic, but I love that combination, and I love Jesus on the cross. So this is one of Ed's clocks. And then you can see the hall tree. And that was one of my, I used to collect old hats and then I'd sell them. But I just added that. And this cane is really neat. It's an antique cane. And then, I don't know, this will make a lot of noise. I didn't have an idea, a clue what these are. But it's an ashtray. And what happens, the ladies, when they played cards, again, back in the day, they had this out and then they turned this over, and most of them smoked. And so they would put their ashes. I mean, they were classy. Be too much work. And then I had a smaller one. So, and then you're probably not interested in this. This is the guest bathroom downstairs. And so we have a big mirror, and not that you're interested in this, but I did want to show you this. I got this in Italy and I love it. And I always told Ed, may we always be combined into one, husband and wife, and it's a real beauty. We got that, let me think, the name, Venice, Italy, and I love that. Okay, so now when you slowly walk out, I can't remember where we got this antique mirror, but it's so pretty. It's so very detailed. And so there's that. So then when you come out, here's the right. This is the main room in the house. I live in here, the washer and dryer. And then this is just where I keep the vacuum and all that stuff. So yeah, it's small. It's really small, but it works for us. In fact, I wish everything was smaller. Okay, so now we're back in the sitting area and we're turning. There's the stairs. And then you're gonna take a right, and this leads into my kitchen. This right here is my pantry. And then, oh, guys, you remember the new coffee pot I got it? Get it. I love this thing because not only do you just make regular coffee and then you do the K-pods. Love that thing. Wouldn't give anything for it. And today I see my son-in-law and I'm going to give him our Keurig. So, yeah. And so, our stove. Yep, microwave. Who can do without that? Air fryer. And then my sink. I love my double sink. And then a window. It's nice to look out when I'm doing the dishes, getting ready for the dishwasher. And then, of course, I have to have my mixer. Now, I turn around here, and I'm going to tell you guys, this is the best investment we ever made. This is an industrial. Half of it is a freezer. Half of it is a refrigerator. And now I have so much room. And so, oh yes, I love it. And then, of course, we have our counter. And I don't know how the light is in here, but anyway. And here is another one of Ed's plants. And let me tell you, he waters all these. He has certain days to water certain plants. He's on it. And then here's another one of his plants. And this Jordanaire right here, It's very old, and it's inheritance from his family. Now, this is a mother of pearl inlay clock. Ed knows more of the history on it than I do, but it's beautiful. And then this is his horse clock, and we got this overseas. It's marble. And so, yeah, he loves that. Loves that. And then he's got a key that he winds it with. Also, this is beautiful. I love lights. I have a thing about lamps and lights. And so I love that. And we burn that at night. And so another one of Ed's plants. Now, let me back up. This thing was huge. We had, I think it was like 4 or 5 piece set, but we couldn't get it all in this house. But this is, of course, is your china cabinet. And I don't ever use china, by the way. Just don't. So, yeah. There's another one of Ed's plants. But this is the table that goes with the china cabinet. Okay. Another one of Ed's plants. So, we have another hall tree, sort of surround system. We haven't had it installed yet. And you can see outside, we have the windows. We have lots of windows in this house and our little doggy door. But then here's our small living room. And this is where we mainly live. Now this thing right here, it's still part of our dinette set, but we use it for our surround system. And then of course, here's our TV. Can't live without the TV, right? Ed picked up this antique clock. This is one of his favorites. It's very, very detailed with cherubs, and oh, I love it, love it, love it. And of course, it's got the candlestick holders. This is my mom's name, Frances, and she passed. And this little plant holder that we've named Frances, it was in Savers, and Mom and I went in there, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I want this plant holder. I love it, the frog. And Mom says, nope, you're not getting that. That's mine. And I'm like, okay, Mom. And my mom's name again is Frances, but Frances is with me now, and I look at her every day, and I think about my mom. And these are antique swans, hand-blown glass. And so we have those. And then there's my mom right there. She's with me for right now. Our fireplace. And then we bought, Ed did, he gave this to me for my birthday. Or was it Christmas? Maybe Christmas, many years ago. And he bought it from Big Al, our best friend. And I always think of Big Al. We miss him. And then he got me the other one to match it. And so this is the praying monk, and that's just, I call it the happy monk. So here's another one of Ed's plants. And yep, whew, we should have plenty of fresh air. Here's an antique stool. And I just love it because it doesn't really take up much space. And so when people come over to have some kind of drink or whatever, water, wine, we use that. And then this is an antique. And it's very detailed. Love it. And so Ed is so good. Oh, and the antique holder, I forgot to show you that, wine holder. And then we collected old irons, all different kind of antique irons. So I just see all these things I'm missing if you're interested in antiques. And look, here's our little Jordanaire with our cactus. And then there's another iron. And this door leads outside, and of course you can see the doggy door. Now, like I said, I'm into lamps and lights, so look, yes, I love this darn lamp. It is so tall on our antique marble table. And there's another one of Ed's plants. But anyway, yeah. And it's, yeah. And you know what? Sometimes I actually see these things in the thrift store. Most of the time, we picked them up when we were antique picking. We don't smoke, but Ed just likes these old-timey antique kind of ashtrays, you know, where you can pick it up to empty it. And then this works too. It's way old. I don't know. I can't remember how old it is. And you can see our backyard, but here's this one. I don't think the lighting's good, but anyway, it's pretty cool. And that's got a storage area right there where you see the key. You just open it and it has a storage area right there. So, am I getting everything? I believe so. Oh, no. Okay, there's the flowers that my fur babies and Ed gave me for my birthday. And I'm having a hard time letting go of them. I just love flowers. And they're getting a little droopy, but I love them. And it brings me a lot of joy. Of course, here's my number one. She was my number one grandchild. And then, okay, one of my friends gave me this. And Omero. And I love this. It's an Asian, and it's healing hands, and I love that. Okay, and then Ed and I went in an antique store. Like, you drive an hour to get there. This was years ago. And this little thing was on sale, and Ed said, that is the ugliest lamp I've ever seen. And I said, yeah, it's really not my taste either. So we went back again. They dropped the price, and it just wasn't selling. And I said, you know what, Ed? We need to give this thing a home. Nobody's buying it, and let's give it a home. And so we have had this thing forever, and it's very unique. Again, not my taste, but yeah, that's where it is. And then when you step back, again, this is the love seat. This is the couch, and then this is the master's. He's like, this is the master's chair. And then there's our stairway that goes up to the second floor. So there's that. Oh, I do have to tell you, there is a story with this angel. Let me zoom in. You know who that belonged to? I mean, not that it's a big deal, but it belonged to Richard Dreyfuss. And my friend Omero and Bill was in the Hollywood glitz and fame at one time, and they got these from Richard Dreyfuss. But I love angels, and we bought that, and I would have bought the other one, but the eye wasn't there, and I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't look at an angel without having an eye. So we got one of them, and I love it. And you talk about heavy. That thing was heavy. It was really hard. And then when we moved in the house, the light fixtures, we upgraded all the light fixtures because it was not very great. I will tell you, this house is old. We've been in this house now maybe 18 years, I think, if not more. And there's another one of Ed's plants. Now, this is one of my favorite things. This is an antique, and I love this. I want you to look at the detail. Look at this. And I love this picture of Jesus. I don't know if you can really see it, but one of my favorite things. So, Oh, and I was going to show you this. Ed bought me this. This isn't an antique, but I really like this because you can open these things or you can close them. You can decorate really well with this, but we just keep it open. And as you know, when you have mirrors, it just makes places, because this house is choppy, but it makes the mirror just makes it look so much larger. Okay, I'll just do really quick in here. This is our bedroom, and we have an antique bedroom set, and we did have extensions added on so we could have a king-size bed. And I'm going to tell you, best purchase we ever did, because we have the kind of mattresses that are split, and so you can let your side up or down, or Ed can let his side up or down, and when his diabetes gives him problems, he can let the bottom up. I love the mattresses, I do. Now, all right, I'll show you this. Ed had to have it. It's an old, again, he has a thing about ashtrays. So, got that. And then this was us in our younger days. And there's Max. Yeah, that was our little wayward home. But, oh my goodness, we love that dog. I keep him everywhere we go, you know. Okay, so this is the other piece that goes. This is like backup time. These things are massive. So this is the other part of the bedroom set. And as you can see, it's very detailed. Just like here, it's detailed. And this is another one of Ed's clocks. And again, I don't have the history of it. And yeah, younger days. Let's skip right over that one. And then another piece of Asian art. Again, love it. And then we've got our big old roll top desk and our TV. Love that Sony TV. It's old. Works like a jewel though. But this is where I keep a lot of paperwork and bills and all that to pay. So there's that. And then we bought, and I think we're going to be getting rid of these. At the time, we really liked them. It was the old kind of chairs. They were back in the 60s. Oh, let me show you this. And another again was because we had this light. It's an antique. And it just matched the color, because we burn these lights at night when we read, so forth, so on. And yeah, and that desk right there is an antique. Oh, I have to show you this. I love this. This is my grandma and grandpa. My grandma was Indian blood, and I love, oh, we were so close. And I called her little grandma. And I never met my grandfather. He passed away, and this was on my dad's side, but I always keep her close to my heart. And then this is old, and we just throw our change in there. So there's that. Here's the other part of the bedroom set. Now, this is a very unusual piece. Let me back up. It's big and gaudy. I love big and gaudy things. And so, yeah, if you know about Asian art, you know all the story behind these things. And I won't go into it. But then I got my kids, and oh, my mama. Love my mama. Wish she was still here. And then this is just one of my friends, Terry. She gave me this picture, and I love it. And that's me and her. And then we have this lamp. It's a 3-way lamp. And then we've got an antique table. So this is our bedroom. And then you walk into our master, our bathroom, and you can see that I'm into the greens and the yellows, and we have a Jetta tub, and to be honest, I don't think it's going to be too much longer before we take this thing out, because at our age, it was good when we first moved in here and I loved using it and it was awesome. But now that we're getting older, oh, by the way, here's one of Ed's plants. It bloomed, oh, it is still blooming, red. It's been blooming and it's so pretty when it's got that red on it. And then here's one. But I love this lady. We went to an auction and I bought her. I just loved her hat. And then this is our shower. And then this is our, like, I've got so much stuff out, but it's all the cancer stuff that I have to put on my face, you know, since the cancer, so it looks a little junky, but oh well. There you have it. And this is Ed's size, neat as a pen. And then here's our storage. And I'm sure you don't want to see the, oh, this is where my walk-in closet is. I won't go in there. And then the toilet is right there. But really that's just about it down here. And again, we'll probably be taking that out and extending. We want to extend the shower out all the way over and have like a sauna put in and a place to sit. And by the way, all these vertical blinds, I paid for my vacation yesterday. We had people to come over. We're not going on vacation, that's for sure. We paid people to come in and we are getting shutters. And it'll really be good to sort of get rid of these vertical blinds and get something more up to date. But Ed doesn't like, I don't know, he has a thing about curtains. And you see all those windows up there? This is in the living room. When that sun, we had them tinted. Well, the tint wore off. And now the sun just shines right in, and who's ever sitting on the couch has to move around with the sun. And I'm like, no, we can't have that for our fans and family and friends. So, and then this door just walks right out into our backyard. And I'll hopefully later on I'll get to post what Ed's done in the yard. He's done an amazing job with our plants and flowers. So guys, this is our little first floor, and I hope you enjoy this. Since you asked for it, here it is. And I ask that you give a thumbs up and that you subscribe. And thank you so much for everything and for supporting me. And again, peace out. Love you guys. Bye.